What's up, jet setters? Happy Black History Month. In today's video, I am going to be taking you to the U.S. National Capital, Washington, D.C. This travel guide is going to be full of Black culture and history. So let's go ahead and get started. What is the main airport for D.C.? Well, to answer that question, we are going to need to know how many airports are in the area. We have DCA, Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. You also have BWI, which is going to be the Baltimore Washington International Thurgood Marshall Airport, and you have the Dulles Airport. DCA, Ronald Reagan Airport, is going to be the one that you want to fly into if you are going to be exploring the National Mall, you want to be in downtown DC. If you want to go further out to Baltimore, I will be doing a future video on BMore. You want to go to BWI. BWI is going to have the cheapest flights typically. I've flown from Dulles. This is an airport located in Virginia. When I've gone to the Middle East, I've gone from Dulles before. It's a small airport and it's kind of out in the cut. But if you are wanting to be among the city center, you want to be in the district, you're going to probably want to fly into DCA. These are just questions I looked up on Google because you guys are finding me on Google and TikTok like Jet Setter Janelle is all over the socials. So I am happy about that. So now I'm trying to tune in instead of going, sometimes I go on these travel rants, y'all. I just want to give you the information that you are looking for. So another question was, is it cheaper to fly into Baltimore or DC? Again, if you are a not city girl, like turn up, but like you are accustomed to living in large cities and you're not intimidated by them, you are familiar with how to use and ride the metro, then you still could fly into BWI and then take the MARC train all the way to DC and you could save some money. Some people, they just want to fly straight into DCA. So again, it is up to you. How to get to the city, how to get to DC from DCA Airport? Well, you can take the metro. Just follow the signs and you're going to get to the covered walkways to walk to the Reagan station. From there, you can take the yellow or blue line straight to downtown DC. There's also shuttles for you to get to Union Station. Some people like to go there. Union Station is so beautiful. I would just want to go there and stop just to take in the views. And the transportation, I'll talk about that more in a minute, is absolutely amazing in DC. Accommodation, I have mentioned before that the US is not on Europe's level when it comes to hostels. DC is not bad. I personally have stayed at U Street Capsule Hostel. The location is absolutely fantastic because you can walk outside. Right around the corner is going to be U Street Station. And you're close to the African Civil War Museum as well. The Capsule Hostel, I don't know if you've heard of this concept. It's very popular in Asian countries like Japan. You are enclosed in a capsule, literally, and they're stacked. The one in DC, it's okay. I am accustomed to the Asian ones, the ones in Japan. So of course, they're on another level, y'all. America, we are behind when it comes to the Asian technology. But the pods, they were okay. I feel like the LED lights were a little too bright and I couldn't adjust them the way that I wanted to at nighttime. And so I was doing a lot of tossing and turning. For me, when I sleep, I needed to be pitch black. What are those curtains called? The blackout curtains. They don't really block the light out as well. And then it's not the most quiet because you are in a pod. The only good thing is that you literally have your own space. It is a very tight space. You wouldn't be able to fit all of your bags and luggage in there. I travel light anyway, but still I would like to keep my bag outside of the pod. At U Street Hostel, they really didn't have, I don't remember there being lockers or places for you to put your bag. So do keep that in mind. Maybe they would need to build some lockers somewhere in those rooms. I think there are maybe 6 to 8. I haven't been there in a long time, you guys. Prices are reasonable, around $50 US a night, and that's the one that's a dorm. So again, you have your own individual pod. There's about 6 to 8 of you, and you each have your own pod, or you can get the private room that wouldn't be pod. Okay? You can't beat this location. Other ones that I saw on Hostel World were Generator DC. I've talked about Generator before. There is a Generator DC. This one's about 70 to 80 a night. You also have High Road Hostel. This had good reviews. It's about 87 a night. So we are getting closer to about 100 a night for dorms. And then if you want private room, it'll probably be over 100 for DC. But you know, this is a very popular area. It's the nation's capital. So you're going to have to pay a little more for hostels here. Still cheaper than hotels. And those are the main three. Okay. So U Street Capsule Hostel, Generator DC, and then High Road Hostel DC. Let's get into the activities. It's Black History Month. I want to talk about a lot of places and things to do that highlight Black American culture and history. DC has been known throughout the years to have a significant Black population. When we're talking about solo travelers or just travelers in general, a lot of people ask me, oh, Janelle, you know, would you recommend this place? How is it for Black people? How is it for Black women? DC, no problem. The people are friendly. I have not had any troubles there. Anytime I visited from Baltimore when I was living there, I mean, I always enjoyed being in the DC area because there's so much to do. Like I've said this so many times, any capital of a country is going to have the most things for you to do. And it just so happens that I felt comfortable moving around the district as a Black woman solo. So let's get into the activities and the culture throughout the district. I'm going to start out with the MLK Memorial. If you're going to go to the National Mall, you have to stop by and see the MLK Memorial. You can also go to the Lincoln Memorial and listen to MLK's I Have a Dream speech there. It's a nice moment of reflection for you. I'm quickly going through these. The Black Lives Matter Plaza, you're going to be able to see the words sprawled out in a mural. And this is located on 16th Street Northwest. I was there during the Panini and being able to, you know, walk around and see it. You can walk up and down the plaza. People are going to be taking photos. It's a good spot to see. DC's Smithsonian museums are free. And you want to definitely stop by the National Museum of African American Culture and History. They offer timed entry tickets so they can control the volume of visitors. So you're going to want to get your tickets online ahead of time. Don't just breeze through this museum. It's not possible. It's so huge. I don't think you can visit it in a day. I would recommend maybe 1 to 2 days. You're going to need to schedule multiple visits just to see everything. It's overwhelming. It was very overwhelming for me the first time that I went. I was in line for at least 40 minutes just to see Emmett Till. They have the original casket there. That is going to be an emotional experience. There are places for you to sit and reflect, bring tissues. It's part of our history, but it is very sad. If you have young kids, you are going to want to steer them probably to the second floor. You're going to be able to see the slave trade. There's an Afrofuturism exhibit. They have a soul food cafe if you want to check that out. But again, I think the national, is there a shorter way to say this? I want to say the African American Museum. I do believe that this museum is top 5 out of the US. Like it's absolutely amazing. You're going to be able to see the historical greats. You can also go to the Frederick Douglass House if you want to view prominent portraits of the presidents. You might want to stop by the National Portrait Gallery. I went here with my friend Tiff T-Dub and we were able to walk through and see all of the presidents. This is the largest collection outside of the White House of the presidents. And you're going to be able to see those national portraits there. There's a brilliant portrait of President Barack Obama in the National Portrait Gallery done by Kehinde Wiley. You're going to be able to see one of First Lady Michelle Obama. And you can check out the rest of America's presidents. Both of these are located on the second floor. You can also go to the Struggle for Justice exhibit. These are the permanent collections, the ones that I'm talking about, America's presidents, also the Struggle for Justice. Here you will be able to see historical figures and leaders such as Frederick Douglass, Thurgood Marshall, Martin Luther King Jr. They have musicians like Marian Anderson, sports players like Jackie Robinson. I highly recommend the National Portrait Gallery. I'm gonna just throw this one in here because I like to see I like to see nature, the U.S. Botanic Garden, and it's located at Capitol Hill. You're going to be able to see the beautiful gardens that they have there. I went there last year. It was my first time going. Like, it's very peaceful environment. You can see the orchids. They have a variety of cacti. I saw people sitting there drawing the flowers or drawing the trees. I don't remember. They were drawing something, y'all. And nature's always very relaxing. So it's a nice place for you to rest your feet. DC, you're going to have comfortable shoes, you guys, because there is so much walking through the museums, walking through the metro stations, all of these places, walking through the National Mall. This is not where you bring your new shoes. Like, your feet are going to get a workout. You're going to get some steps. Also, depending on what time of the year you're planning to go, check out the DC Black History Film Festival. There's so much to do here, you guys. I'm really not covering entertainment or bars in this video because I feel like this is so many already. I didn't even mention street art. Again, I'm gonna just start you out. First visit, do these, and then, come back and do some more. So again, you have the National Mall, the Smithsonian Museums, definitely the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Visit the MLK mural, the MLK Memorial. You can go to the U.S. Botanic Garden, see the Black Lives Matter Plaza. Definitely make it a point to stop at the National Portrait Gallery to see all of the American presidents. Y'all like my shirt? If you are enjoying this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Thank you guys. A few of you have been subscribing over the weekend. I am going over these analytics to see how I can make these videos better for you guys. Click the notification so that you do not miss when I am dropping these videos. I am sticking to Tuesday. We're working on timing. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate you watching my videos and hope that you are enjoying it so far. DC is, I keep saying a lot of places are like one of my top 5, top 10, but I love DC. Let's get into transport. DC's transport is out of this world. Like, you are not going to have a problem getting from point A to point B. We have the Washington Metro Rail. I already mentioned that earlier when I was saying how to get to the city center, how to get to the district from DCA. The Metro Rail connects the key areas of the DMV. Let's break down the DMV for those who are unfamiliar. D is DC, M is Maryland, V is Virginia. The DMV, and it is easily connected by the Metro. You're going to want to get a smart trip card. You can even use the app. The app is going to help you with your routes, all right? You also have Amtrak. I earlier was talking about Union Station, this beautiful station. There you can connect to Amtrak. You can go to New York. You can go to Boston. They also have the MARC trains. This is outside of DC. I used to live in White Marsh, and I would take the MARC train all the way to White Marsh, and then I would take it into DC on the weekends when I wasn't overwhelmed with teaching. Amtrak and MARC train, the MARC train includes the neighborhoods that are not served by the subway. If you are unfamiliar with riding the subway, you're not city boy, city girl, you might want to just observe the people around you. I would pay attention. I think the DC Metro is easy to navigate. It took me some time. It's not like New York. I think New York is one of the most difficult that I've seen. The DC's, it's pretty easy. Just pay attention to your stops and pay attention to your destination. And then if you use the app, it will help you with your train route, your trip route. So I think that will be easier too. DC also has bikes. They have water taxis. They have the DC circulator. There are hop on, hop off buses. A lot of international visitors are going to be here, you guys. DC is a walkable city. I love walkable cities, ones where you do not necessarily need to rent a car. You are going to be able to move around freely, get a comfortable shoe, and it's good exercise for you. There's no better way to see DC's monuments, the historic architecture on foot. Make sure that you have your power bank and your phone's cameras ready because there is so much to snap and there's so many Instagrammable places. If you're renting a car, just be mindful of the cameras, be mindful of parking. It could be a headache or a hassle. Your first visit, I'm gonna say just take the public transportation. Also, thank you, TikTok. DC has been on my list for some time. I remember uploading a how to use the Metro video for y'all on TikTok, and that one kind of got it got enough to where I said, you know, I need to make a DC video. So thank you, TikTokers. Food. Boy, oh boy. As a vegetarian, I love the United States because there are going to be so many options for us. But DC is the nation's capital. I'm going to highlight some Black-owned spots that are banging. Let's go ahead and start with New Vegan. Man, oh man, here you're going to get some great soul food. This used to be called Everlasting Life Woodlands, and it's going to hit every time. That red wine kale is absolutely succulent, delicious. I don't know what they put in that stuff. I have to get it each time, y'all. They have veggie chicken. It is so good. It's delicious. Also, Matchbox. Matchbox, the company that owns them is Black-owned. The company that owns them is Black-owned. And there you can get the wood-fired pizzas. I went with some friends. What up, Tone Williams? For my birthday, and I really enjoyed the pizzas there. It's seasoned very well, and it's good. So you want to check out Matchbox. Another one is going to be Ben's Chili Bowl. This is iconic DC. And yes, they offer vegetarian hot dogs for us. They offer vegetarian chili. I'm pretty sure I ate a vegetarian chili dog there, y'all. So you have to go to New Vegan, Matchbox, Ben's Chili Bowl. There's Plant Burger. Glizzy's is one. Elizabeth's Gone Raw. DC Vegan. There's eLife, Shook, honorable mention, and Pizza, Hip City Veg, Beefsteak, Sticky Fingers, Vegan Bakery, Mom's Organic Market. Like, the list is going on and on. Of course, there's places like Cava, Lido's. You can get vegetarian vegan pizza there. Lido's has the best sauce that I've tasted in the US, you guys. And Pizza is a Maryland, DC-based chain. I love their customizable pizzas that you can get. Check out And Pizza. Sticky Fingers is a vegan diner bakery. Elizabeth Gone Raw. This is going to be for fine dining. I would like to go there in the future. I have not been. They're open once a week, and it is high-end vegan cuisine. Glizzy's is a food truck. It's Black-owned. You might want to get a half smoke there. Hip City Veg is a Philly chain, but it's very good. I know that I have eaten there before. I'm going to try and see if I can show y'all a picture. I was eating all around DC, y'all. Like my friend Tony, he is classic DC man, and he always is telling me like where to go. DC does Ethiopian food. They do Thai food very well. You can get any of those types of foods there. I'm going to recommend New Vegan, Matchbox. There's Kepra's Raw Food Juice Bar, Calabash Tea and Tonic. But the ones that are Black-owned, again, are New Vegan, Ben's Chili Bowl, Matchbox. And I mean, I think we went through it all. We talked about how to get to the city. We talked about DC's airports, transportation, the food that they have there, where to stay, and of course, the activities so that you can learn more about our history, our culture. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know that these can be lengthy, but I know that the right audience is going to see these videos eventually. Some of my videos are getting pushed out to Walter's World. Like, can you believe that? He has 1 million followers. Thank you so much for tuning in to me every Tuesday, and I'm going to see you soon.